Ah, you all should just take a look at this beautiful masterpiece here. I made it and I totally loved and enjoyed the process that I used. Looks very delicious and I totally just feel like eating everything now. So I went surfing on the internet to look up some ideas that could translate what I was projecting in mind, and I found this beautiful cake design and I intend for us to decorate this together today, and I hope that I will be able to replicate it as much or as close as possible to the original design. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and to also turn on your notification and just basically stay close to this family so that for every time I drop a content as this, you all will be the first to get a grip on it. So let's go and decorate. I will be working with 3 yummy cake flavors, 3 of my most favorite flavors in all of my cake flavor options, and it's actually the red velvet, the vanilla buttermilk, and as well as the chocolate cake. So I'm going to be starting the process with the red velvet cake, and that is because my chocolate cake basically is a very soft textured cake, as well as these other 2 anyways. But if you're looking at how soft it is always best if it goes all up so that it doesn't get compressed. But there are some situations whereby it can actually be at the bottom. That is if it is very solid, hard, straight out from the freezer. It's gonna actually defrost over time. But I mean, at the point when you're decorating it, it would hold up the entire cake layers. So for today, I'm going to be working with the red velvet first. So I'd also like the contrast that comes with the cream in between of the red and the black. So and that's the reason why I would start up the process with the red velvet cake layer. This is an 8 inches cake, all right, and everything is going to amount to about 8.5 inches high, yeah, because this is about 2.5 inches thereabouts, yeah. And this is the first layer. So what I do at this point is just to get off a bit of the uneven parts that might come out from the wrapping to get it leveled out, and then I place it bottom down like this, and then the face is up, and then I go ahead to just cut it up again because I typically do not like to apply cream on this part of the cake because of the fact that it's glossy and it can easily slip off. When a cake is about 3 layers, you really don't need to start doweling it. So how best do you make sure that it doesn't slip off in transit? Because this is actually a red flag. So what I do is not to lose this cake, I then turn it over, okay? So when I turn it over like this, what I end up with is the kind of the texture rather that I would prefer to spread the cream on, and that is because the cream is just going to sink right in and not just glide over it, and should in case there isn't any very cool temperature, you stand the risk of having a slide up. And this is just a 3-layer cake. You really don't have any reasons to have a 3-layered cake slipping off or getting messed up in transit. When I'm done doing that, you see, it's as leveled as it can get. So I'll just simply add up some cream. Fun fact is, about 98% of my cakes always have fillings like this. Now I have a wide range of filling options that is subject to what I send out to you, and then you always have the chance to pick your options. And for today, this is a lotus cream filling, and I'm going to be adding some bits of crushed white chocolate over it. And of course, I'm going to be just adding an extra vibe with some cookies, so you have a very interesting mix in there. So what I just do is pat it to get it incorporated. When I do this, what I try to do is so it can sink into the wet cream, or rather into the smooth filling, and then it can have like a single texture. All right, so when you cut through the cake, you're not going to be seeing the smooth filling separately and the crushed filling separately. It's all going to marry together as one. So, and then of course I would go in with a clean sweep of the cream, just a little bit, so that it can fasten the second layer to the first layer. So rather than having the cake directly seated on the cream, on the filling, sorry, what I just do is to add the little cream so that it's more like I just give it a better binding effect. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm down here trying to level it out, and anytime I'm layering my cakes, there's something I always do. I always try to eyeball to make sure that, you know, sometimes or oftentimes you have a part that is a bit higher. So rather than chopping everything off, I just always make sure that the lower part, you know, sits down, and then the next part that's going to sit on the lower part is going to be the higher part of the second layer. So there's like a balance, it's like a gravity balance. So this side for me looks a bit higher, all right, and so this looks lower, yeah. So I'm going to be turning this here because this invariably is higher. So I'm going to be putting the higher part against the lower side, or the lower layer side, sorry, so that automatically when you just drop it on it, it's balanced out. I hope you all understand that. So that also helps very much, pretty much, to avoid you know, cutting up that bulky side that is a bit high. You don't have to do that. Just make sure that the second part, you know, just evens it out. So that's where we are now. I'm going in with the second cream, and there's something I always do when I'm stacking on my cake. Sometimes I allow my whipped cream to soften out. The originally stable whipped cream gets softened out, and that is because of the presence of the fillings in it. I always prefer when the cream is, you know, a bit soft, so that by the time I add the cream, it's easy to blend it all in and it just doesn't look so different. So I'm going to be adding some chocolate cream here, already also made out of whipped cream, but with some extra special ingredients. Maybe I'll drop a recipe on this very soon also. Maybe, just stay close to this channel, and you all wouldn't even believe what I will be releasing to you also. At this point now, I will now go ahead to add up, you know, the leftover, no, rather, let me just add up some chopped chocolates. All right, some chopped chocolates. So you can imagine cutting through this cake. This is just an 8 inches 3 layers cake, guys, but it is loaded. This is loaded. Despite how anything is, we don't always try to compromise on standard. So I still go ahead to add up more. So we have, so when you cut through the cake, the layers are very chunky and very rich. That's what we're doing here. I basically just added the remaining because I didn't want to have any left over.